Chapter 1 Ignite. The Connecticut sun was a goddamn furnace, but I, Apollo Polo Reyes, president of Phi Delta Gamma, welcomed the heat. It matched the fire that was always simmering beneath my skin, a restless energy that demanded action. I sprawled in a wicker chair on the porch of our chapter house, a straight-up mansion thanks to some generous alumni, and surveyed the deserted Kingsbridge University quad. Summer session was usually a ghost town, which I normally appreciated. This year, though, the oppressive heat mirrored the restless energy coiling inside me. I was supposed to be poring over the summer budget, the damn spreadsheet that fueled our legendary fall rush. Numbers were important, sure they were the lifeblood of our operation, but they weren't everything. My old man, a Phi Delta icon and a legal shark, had my whole life charted. Harvard Law, a corner office, the predictable climb to the top. It was a gilded cage, and the thought of it made my muscles tense with a rebellious energy. I ran a hand over the faded Phi Delta Gamma on my t-shirt. These letters weren't just some brand, they were a bond. Phi Delta Gamma wasn't about trust funds and parties, though we threw the best parties. It was about brotherhood, about building men of character, leaders who had each other's backs. We weren't afraid to get our hands dirty, whether it was raising money for charity or dominating the intramural fields. We were a pack, a force to be reckoned with, and I was the alpha. "You look like you're about to explode, Reyes." Zeph West's voice, smooth and cynical, cut through the humid air. Zeph, our rush chair, emerged from the cool shadows of the house, looking like he'd just walked off a yacht. Linen shirt, pressed chinos, a golden beer already sweating in his hand. Zeph was the polished social climbing snake, all calculated charm and ruthless ambition. He was useful, but I didn't trust him further than I could throw him. I grunted, not bothering to look up. Just contemplating the existential bullshit of it all, Zeph. The crushing weight of expectations. Zeph snorted, a sharp, dismissive sound. "Spare me the melodrama, golden boy. Your daddy wouldn't approve." He took a long, slow swallow of his beer, his eyes the color of a stormy sea, scanning the empty quad. "But hey, this quiet has its advantages. Less competition for acquisitions." His gaze lingered on something across the way, and a slow, predatory smile spread across his face. It was the smile that had launched 1,000 ill-advised hookups. My eyes followed his and my gut clenched. Damn. Near the gates of the Belbridge Botanical Gardens, a girl was wrestling with an overloaded wheelbarrow. Even from this distance, she was a knockout. A wild mane of dark curls escaping a Bessie bun, a paint-splattered tank top that clung to the curves of her breasts and the toned muscles of her back, revealing a tantalizing glimpse of a dark bra strap, and the shorts, ripped denim, riding high on long, tained legs dusted with dirt and freckles. She was a raw, earthy goddess, a splash of vibrant rebellion against the manicured perfection of Kingsbridge. "Now there's a project worth sinking my teeth into," Zeph murmured, his voice a low, suggestive purr. "Who's our little gardener? I bet she knows how to handle more than just flowers." A surge of pure possessive rage shot through me. It wasn't just lust, though the sight of her sweat-slicked skin and the flex of her muscles definitely had my blood pumping. It was something deeper, a primal instinct to claim what was mine. "Back off, Zeph," I growled, my voice low and dangerous. "She's not your type." Zeph raised a perfectly sculpted eyebrow, a mocking glint in his eyes. "And what, pray tell, is my type, Reyes, besides anyone with a pulse and a trust fund?" The screen door slammed open, and Leander, our resident giant, a football scholarship wrapped in a mountain of muscle and a surprisingly gentle soul, joined us. He was followed by Orpheus, our quiet artistic brother, and Eros, whose classic good looks and effortless charm could seduce a saint. "What's the ruckus?" Leander boomed, clapping Zeph on the back hard enough to make him spill his beer. "Zeph found another conquest he can brag about for a week." I stood up, stretching, letting my muscles ripple beneath my t-shirt. It was a deliberate display of power, a subtle reminder of who was in charge. "Just setting some boundaries, gentlemen." "That," I said, nodding towards the gardens, "is off limits, especially to you, Zeph." "Oh," Zeph challenged, stepping closer, invading my personal space. The scent of his expensive cologne, all sharp wood and manufactured sophistication, was a stark contrast to the earthy, floral scent I imagined clinging to the girl. "And why is that, Reyes? Afraid of a little competition?" I shrugged, deliberately avoiding his gaze. My eyes locked on the girl across the quad. She was closer now, and I could see the determined set of her jaw, the way she impatiently brushed a stray curl from her eyes, the subtle swell of her breast beneath the thin cotton of her tank top. My body responded instantly, a tightening in my pants that was both a thrill and a warning. "She's not some brainless sorority girl, Zeph. She's got passion. And she's not going to fall for your tired lines and your daddy's money." It was a low blow, and I knew it. Part of me, the part that thrived on dominance, was enjoying this little power play. Zeph wanted her, and that made her even more desirable. "I'm going to the gym," I announced, the words a dismissal. I swung open the screen door and opened the door to the house, getting accosted by the air conditioning. It didn't do a thing to cool the burning need I had. To see the color of her eyes, to inhale the scent of her skin, to feel the heat radiating off her body, to get closer to her. But not here, not in front of everyone. As I headed down to the state-of-the-art gym of the chapter house, I was on fire, a primal hunger that consumed me. This wasn't just about sex, though that was definitely a factor. This was about claiming what was mine, about proving my dominance, about feeling alive. And I knew, with a certainty that settled deep in my bones, that this girl, this wild, earthy goddess, was exactly the spark I needed. My brothers knew better than to question when it came to women. I call, they obey. The real question was, could this girl be the one that could tame the alpha, or was this just another hunt?